Hello and welcome to Mad Goes Racing again. Today we're taking a look at the rFactor 2 recently released Nurburgring package and the Porsche 911 GT3 Cup car. Now the Nurburgring package currently has 4 layouts. That's the Nurburgring GP circuit, the Nordschleife, the 24-hour, and this one, which is the combined circuit. So let's take a drive around and have a look. First thing to say is nice blue sky, so at least it's not raining. The surface, I don't know if you can actually see my wheels shaking quite a lot there, but there's a lot of road texture down the pit lane for some reason. Quite why there's this much, I don't know, and whether it's more to do with this particular car or what, I don't know. Now if we were doing the 24 hours opposed to the combined, we would of course be turning left here, but we're not, so nice piece of detail with the big Ferris wheel. Textures are nicely done. Lots of road texture in terms of the graphical texture as opposed to the actual physical texture. Nicely packed the grandstands. I have seen one or two people trying to compare this to the AC version and saying that they think the lighting is better than AC, but they were using the Soul mod, so it would be nice if people, if they are going to compare one game to another, just compare the base package please, because whilst you might like a specific mod to enhance your view, not everybody does, so saying that one looks better than the other purely down to a mod is not quite the right thing to do in my opinion. As you might notice, I'm not exactly trying to break any lap records here. Going loads of crowds. Nice selection of trees. So not too many repeated trees, doesn't look like it's all cut and paste, cut and paste, cut and paste, so that's good. Of course on the Grand Prix circuit you would use the other chicane, but for both the 24 and the combined layout you use the slightly less tight version of the chicane. Now that's back there is the start finish and the pits for the Nordschleife layout. Again, lots of detail up on the bank in there. I will say, although there's lots of detail, it does lack one very important thing, and that's just something that rFactor 2 doesn't do, and that's there's not a lot of motion in the crowd, so it does look a bit like static, but okay, the flags are moving, but there's no movement in the crowd, there's no movement in anything else, so it does look a bit strange. One thing when you're going around a racetrack you will notice is lots and lots of movement in people and cars moving backwards and forwards, driven around, everything else, so having something with no movement and this amount of crowd just looks a bit strange sometimes. And it's got all the usual signs for corner names and everything else, so everything's here that you'd expect there. I'm not sure if this is exactly the same laser scan as used for all the other laser scanned versions of this track, but it does seem rather bumpy, so I'm not sure. I have tried a couple of other cars around here, and to be honest, some of the other cars didn't feel anywhere near as bad as this in terms of lumping and bumping about, so Whether that is just a facet of this particular car. Again, nice selection of trees. I'm not sure if I'd have to go and look at some recent videos, obviously, whether there's, in some ways there's a bit of a sparsity of trees in places compared with some of the other layouts, also laser scan, but which is the most accurate I wouldn't like to say, but there's definitely less trees in this than in AC or other cars. Not that I find that a particular problem, but whatever. As I said, some people have complained a bit about the light in here. Midday blue sky, it looks fine to me, but just let him past. Okay, lots of tents and detailing. And probably enough graffiti on the track to please all the people who like to see lots of graffiti. Again, personal preference, if you like it. It'll be right for one day and then it won't, so they do scrub it off, retarmac it, clean it up occasionally apparently. Now, this car, like I said, is the recently released Porsche 911 GT3 Cup car. And I have to say, the first thing I noticed as soon as I jumped in it was the sound. Now, I don't know what it is, but it has a very strange nuance to it, I think, where it almost sounds like all the sounds have been generated rather than recorded. So it sounds like an electronic version that somebody's produced of all the car sounds. So I don't know why. I don't know whether it's what they've actually done. I believe Greg Hill was working on a system that could effectively electronically produce a sort of synthesized version of various cars. But whether this is just something about this, I don't know. That's one other thing. The carousel, for some reason, whether it's just this car or whether it's all of them, I find it really hard to get the nose into it, which is strange because if it's laser scan it should be the same as all the rest. Getting back to the car, yeah, it's like I said, the very first thing I noticed about it was that just sounds strange. So your mileage may vary. It might not come across particularly well on YouTube either. Way to all the people. Again, lots and lots of trackside objects to draw your attention. So you could say plenty of attention to detail on the part of the devs here with making this. But this car, I'm really not sure what to make of it. It's, I don't know what sort of difference there should be in performance of the Cup car compared with the stock car. I didn't think it was meant to be that much, but this thing is really quite edgy. I drove the GT3R. There's also one of the official cars, and it's night and day difference. This thing has a very slow steering rack, so there's a lot of input required. Also, the trying to work out where you are with the front end, sometimes it just feels like it's washing out all the time. It seems to like getting the front loaded on the brakes when you turn in. seems to work better. So whether it's just got a very specific driving style required, I don't know. But at the moment, I have to say, in terms of how it drives, it's definitely not top of my list on cars I think you should be getting. I know a lot of people say, oh, it's a Porsche 911 GT3, must get, but to be honest, I'm not hugely impressed with it. It's also quite difficult to tell what the back end's doing, so both the front end's a bit fluffy on the FFB and the back end's a bit fluffy on the FFB, so that really doesn't help. Whether that's something that can be dialed out either through changing the setup or changing something in the FFB, I don't know. But it just does not inspire any real confidence, and that's not good in any car, really. I'm finding that I haven't driven it a very, very specific way. Try and get it all straight before you bury the throttle coming out of the corner. You will be miles into a spin before you know it. Also, I am running without any traction control or ABS, and I'm not sure if this car's meant to have them. One of rFactor 2's little drop-offs compared with a lot of other things now is the complete lack of a factory assists button or anything. So you just turn on what the factories should have. So I will go and have a look to see what this should have, but definitely seems I put a bit of it just feels like it's always trying to get away from it. Now I know some people really like a car that feels like it's permanently trying to get away from it. I prefer something that's nicely planted and does what I ask it to rather than what it wants to. So, as always with these sort of things, your mileage may vary, but it's definitely not a car that you can just, unless you happen to be somebody who really likes this type of thing, definitely not the sort of car you just jump in and go fast in. Certainly not the sort of car that breeds confidence. Oop. There we go. Back in, trying to get away. As I say, it might be. It's all something you can just tune out. But I would hope the default setup should be fairly close to something that is usual for most people. Doesn't have to be fast, just has to be stable. Inspire a little bit of confidence. I think the tyres are a bit quiet as well. I can't remember what I got the tyres set on sound wise for this, so actually hearing when they've got to that limit is actually quite difficult. If we can give it a little bit more of a again, huge amount of, and the front end's really not wanting to go where you want it. It definitely seems better if you can trail into the corners on the brakes a little bit, keep the front end loaded. Otherwise it's definitely washing out a bit. I found the biggest problem has been when you do lose it, that's instant you're out of it. Trying to give you a few more details about what it's doing, but it's one of these cars, it just takes so much concentration to actually work out what the car's doing, which is never good. If it ain't natural, it's just tend to make life rather difficult. Okay, that was just let this one through again. In terms of feedback of bumps and things, it's absolutely excellent. But in terms of necessarily telling you what the front end of the car's doing and the back end, not so good. You can tell it's shaking about quite a lot. We're there. No reason for that to lose a back end like that, but it still did. So it just doesn't feel planted. Going through there, it just feels like it's about to go spearing off into the barrier. So try and get the front end to load up. Oh, you notice the instant overheat on the rear tyre there? Terrible. You probably won't see that, but I forget my ugly mugs down there. The heat build up was so fast, it was like the flash heating's just out of control on these tyres. I don't know if these are a different tyre to any other car they've previously made, but it really is. Okay, so once they go, and you are absolutely passenger. As I said about Automobilista, what makes its tyres so good is not necessarily that they're the most technically advanced, it's just the way they lose and regain grip. It's just so predictable and so natural. These on the other hand, they don't give you confidence really, and I'm permanently sitting there going, I'm about to spin, and it just feels like something you sort of driving on eggshells. So what I might do is, I believe Race Room Experience has got a GT3 Cup car. I might have to do a drive around in that, and I think, well, I might be wrong, Assetto Corsa Competizione has got a GT3 Cup car. If it has, that's the one I've been driving a lot, and it was actually quite an enjoyable car to drive, despite my reservations about the FFB in Assetto Corsa Competizione, which I'll try again to see how it's improved, if it's improved. Oh, a bit late on the brakes there. So, as we get towards the straight again here, let's ask the question. Should you buy the track back? Well, like I said, at the moment it's 4 layouts, it's just under 11 quid. I believe it was. It's really nicely done, very high quality, and I believe they said they're going to actually add a couple more layouts, so they're going to add a couple more of the shorter layouts on the Grand Prix circuit probably. So yeah, it's worth it, well worth it. The GT3 Cup car, if you really are a bit of a Porsche fanboy and you like your Porsches, then yeah, but I wouldn't like to try and race it. I don't mind driving it, but without a much more stable setup, I have to say this would just annoy the crap out of me if I had to race it as it is, because without any age on it, it's just terrible. So there you have it. There's my opinion. Take as many pinches of salt with that as you like, but by the sound of it, the external sounds of these are quite nice, so I might just find the recording and put it over the top. But yeah, buy the track, yes. Buy the car, maybe, if you're a real Porsche fan and you have to have all the DLC. Don't forget, I don't think you can get your money back on these if you don't like them, so once you got it, you're stuffed, because I don't think the 2-hour Steam limit applies to it, because it's DLC, extra, workshop, whatever they call it. So I'll double check that, but I'm pretty sure that once you buy it, that's it. Right, well, that was my opinion. Like I said, my opinion. So if you think it's worth it, spend your money. If you want a second opinion, there's plenty out there. Sim Racing 604, I think, has done a review of the track. I can't remember if he's done a review of the car, and I'm sure plenty of other sim channels have done the same. So whatever you do, enjoy your racing, and until next time, have fun.